and welcome to another episode of Lexx Education. It's the comedy science podcast where comedian me, Laura Lexx, tries to learn science from her nerdy younger brother Ron.
Hello, I'm Ron.
It's Sick Ron, everyone. Hello, old listeners. New listeners, maybe this is the first episode if you've ever tried. Hey, we highly recommend you don't start here. Jump way back to episode 1 and work your way through from there. We'll see you in a couple of years. Okay, time travel, interstellar.
This would be a very strange one to join at. Not only would you be joining at the exams, which is, although a Christopher Nolan style circular plot, but like the first one of the second slew of exams, that would be odd.
Yeah. We're talking Nolan and Interstellar, as patrons will know, because it was Ron's birthday last week, so we did a birthday episode. We watched Ron's favourite film and we discussed it.
It's not my favourite
If
film.
you're not a patron, go to patreon.com/Lexx Education and support us, because currently this podcast is sponsored by me and Ron. We just pay to make the thing you love. So why don't you help a little bit, huh? Yeah, and we'll give you stuff in exchange. This week we discussed the plot of Interstellar and then the science a little bit.
Laura understood so little of the science that she didn't really understand that she wasn't understanding it. I think you watched it as if it was space magic done by space wizards.
Do you know what? It was one of those things where it was like, you never know with a Hollywood film, if it is actually science, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is this based on science? And I had a hearty guess that it probably wasn't. That's why you picked that to watch and why you get nerd boners for it. But, you know, you're like, it's all supposition, isn't it?
I don't know what supposition is.
Supposing.
Oh, good word.
Yeah. Or it's the way you sit to eat dinner, if you're posh. Oh my God, Ron, I had a gig on Friday where a woman tutted 3 times.
Oh, I thought the gig that Mum was at was on Wednesday.
It was. I changed that bit about her to pretend it was about Grandma. She hasn't said anything.
She didn't mention it to me, so I don't think it's...
Oh yeah, you spent the day with her. Yeah, what's she mad at me about?
Nothing. Oh, no, Christmas organising.
Damn. Yeah. Oh well. So you're ill, Ron?
Yeah, just coming down with a bit of a cold, but I feel like I was just ill and it's really annoying me.
You should get a flu jab.
Usually
They're really good for keeping this stuff at bay.
Yeah, usually I feel like I don't know, usually when I get ill, I get a little bit of joy out of it because I get to just be lethargic and get really cozy for a few days, but I feel like I just did that. Do you want to see something that really annoyed me that I think will annoy you as well because we had the same upbringing? So I'm a bit ill, so I decided to put on my heating for the first time so it wasn't cold. And I was like, I'll close the curtains in my bedroom, keep all the heat in, that's nice and efficient. But look at this. Fucking radiators behind
your curtains completely
the
cover the
curtain.
radiator.
So I just heated the fucking window. Livid.
Yeah, isn't that meant to be like, so now the cold air coming in from the window gets heated and wafts around the room on thermals?
No.
No. I watched loads of microlights take off yesterday on a string and then ride thermals. Been thinking about thermals a lot all day.
Yeah?
Bet they were involved in Interstellar.
Maybe.
Anyway, we should probably let you listen to the episode. It's the first half of the biology higher tier. No spoilers, but we all cried.
Yeah.
Ron, you've got a few technical gremlins, so sorry about Ron's sound quality a little bit here.
Oh.
I don't think it's too bad, is it? But it's not nice.
No, it's fine. But I'd say by like 20 minutes in, you stop noticing it. And then when it gets better again at the end of next episode, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. So, enjoy. Well, we're doing it.
We're doing it. Here we are. Hello.
When you said past instead of on the o'clock, I really thought I would use that time to revise a bit, and then actually you meant like half an hour earlier, not half an hour later. Yeah. So I didn't do any research.
I don't 100% believe that you would have anyway.
I was thinking about it. Actually, no, I was going to start doing my research for Cheerful Earful.
Yeah, that also does need to be done.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
But I sort of, when you sit down to do research for something and then you're like, what exactly am I supposed to be bringing to the table here?
To today?
No, to the Cheerful Earful show.
What are you doing? You're just...
We're doing werewolves.
Yeah, so you're talking about wolves from folklore?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Just give me a pause for 1 second. Okay, Ron. Okay, so we're professional podcasters for these exams.
Yeah, should we start again?
Yeah, I'll just edit all that off, don't worry. It'll be fun.
Okay, professional.
We're professional podcasters now, so we're not going to be eating. I actually ate a packet of mini cheddars in preparation.
Nice.
So that this noise doesn't count as unprofessional podcasting.
No, this is a show of professionalism.
Yes, exactly. And we have set a timer.
Oh, well, I will when we start.
Yeah, on the exam. And we're not going to do all 3 this week.
No, because that was... And I just edited the physics ones yesterday. We are not people by the end of that.
No. Good. It's good, but it's wrong.
It's good, but at our expense. In a very unprofessional way.
But maybe this is the new professional. Personal professional.
Well, it's the new professional in the way that the corporate capitalist machine grinds people down and steals their souls. So maybe that's why, a dozen people like this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, God. Can everybody stop messaging me while I'm trying to be a professional podcaster?
Close your messaging apps.
Yeah, but they just go off, don't they?
Close them.
I can't close them. I have responsibilities in the world outside our science GCSE.
What? This is not professional.
No, I know it's not professional. And I'm already frazzled now, and we haven't even... Oh, I'd love frazzles. Haven't even started the exam.
Right, shall we start?
Oh, I don't want to, though, because I know I said I'd do so much work before we went on to higher tier, and I haven't done a scrap of it.
Oh, no. Hang on. We need a new paper. This isn't profesh.
Why do we need a new paper?
Because this is the higher tier version of the one we already did, so some of the questions are the same.
Love it. Love that for us.
No.
Love that for us.
Hang on. Oh, I'm stressed now. I thought I clicked on this. I did. It's labelled wrong on the website.
AQA aren't profesh.
Hang on, right. Okay.
No one's profesh.
We'll get this one, and we'll get this one. Question paper. Right, hang on. Oh, a nice figure. This isn't profesh. Well, we actually only said that we would be profesh from A level. So this is still ramp up to profesh. Hashtag ramp up to profesh.
Okay, all right.
But we're getting there. Right, let me send you this. Edit all this out. See, you know what? That's kind of the problem with us is that we a lot of this would be profesh if we left anything on the cutting room floor. I've sent you a new paper.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I edit out quite a lot.
Oh, I don't edit out very much.
The thing is, though, sometimes, I do think sometimes if we cut out the unprofesh, we don't really have a USP in the podcast.
No, but I think we can't keep having these production meetings on mic, but there's a difference between...
Where's it gone again?
There's a difference between profesh and chewing.
I can't see you anymore, Ron.
I can see you, that's fine. You don't need to see
No,
me.
I want to see you.
You don't need to see me. That's fine.
Where have you gone?
I'm here, hello. What?
Allow. What happens is when I open a new paper tab, it goes in the same tab as my video with you. And then I like my video to be in its own separate thing. Ugh. Anyway.
Right. I'm starting the timer.
I'm using the guillotine. Fresh start.
Wow, that was not... that was not anything. Okay, right. 1 hour 45 timer is on. Tick, 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 tick. 1 hour 55 seconds, Laura. Here we go.
What? But you haven't asked me a question yet. You can't start the timer before you've asked a question.
I can. Well, you're opening the paper. You're sharpening your pencil. You're taking the lid off your pen. You're getting ready to do the exam. Okay, now
I would have done all of that prior to the time starting.
Would you then argue with the paper once you've opened
Shut
it?
up! Ask a fucking question!
Right, okay. Look, you don't... We did all of these in under 1 hour 45. You don't have to stress this much.
But this is higher tier.
Yes. All right, a student. Question the first. A student prepared some animal cells to view using a microscope.
It's an experiment one! I can't do these ones.
You simply must be less despondent instantly.
Oh, God.
Figure 1 shows the student preparing the cells.
Well, it shows a hand.
One of the more pointless figures that we've seen.
Yeah,
Question 1.1. Name 2 pieces of laboratory equipment the student could have used to prepare cells to view using a microscope.
This is not a good start, because I don't get to go in laboratories for my stupid homeschooling school. Let me think. Okay, so... Are they called slides? I'm going to say a glass slide. And then I'm going to say... do I want... Like... I'm going to say a pipette, Ron, that maybe they used to, like, squirt a bit of stuff onto a tile. Or should I say tile? No. Or petri dish? Prepare. For preparing cells, I'm going to say pipette.
Okay, final answer?
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, God. This is my worst subject.
All right, question number...
It's the worst area of the worst subject, and it's question 1. Question worst.
Question 1.1. Question 1.2, though, Laura. Name part A.
So there's a picture of a microscope here. And the top bit that you put your eye on. What's that called? The eyepiece?
Eyepiece? Is that what you want me to write down? Eyepiece?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at a microscope for like 25 years.
My friend Ross can famously sleep on a microscope.
Ow. Poor Ross.
Question 1.3, Laura. What?
Hey, the name Ross is in microscope. Mike Ross Cope.
That's nothing. Question 1.
No, it is. Tell him about that next time you're talking about him, to him.
Talking about him to you. I'm looking. No.
Is it called a viewer? Viewing hole? View eyepiece.
141 minutes, Laura. No,
Don't
that's
stress
not how.
me.
That's not how hours work. 1 hour 41 minutes.
That's 101 minutes.
Yeah, 101 minutes, Laura.
Is it called an eyepiece? Lens? The lens is the bit at the bottom, though, isn't it? Yeah. Is it? Look through the lens. Viewfinder. Maybe it's a viewfinder. That's what it would be on a camera. But it's not really for finding a view on a microscope. It's a microfinder.
What do you want me to write down?
I don't know, Ron, because this is nothing. This is nothing about anything I've done. Oh, God, I'm so angry. I'm
Do you
so
want
angry.
your help now?
I'm angry that I'm being trickoed. Eyepiece. I'm going with eyepiece.
Locking in eyepiece. Okay.
Sure.
Great. Question 1.3. What's the function of part B, Laura?
The function of part
Do you want
B.
to describe part B to...
So part B is like a little winding knob on the side of the microscope. I guess it's for adjusting the clarity. So what's that called? Like the focus. I'm going to say that that's for adjusting the focus.
Okay. Final answer?
Yeah.
Question 1.4. The student tried to look at the cells using a microscope. Suggest one reason why the student could not see any cells when looking through part A.
Was the cap still on the eyepiece?
Cap still on the eyepiece.
Cap on the lens. Sorry, I'm going to say cap on the lens. Was the cap may have been on the lens.
Cap on the lens. Final answer?
Sure.
Question 1.5. This is your first biggie of the exam, Laura. For 6 marks. Red blood cells Red blood cells are specialized animal cells. Compare the structure of a red blood cell with the structure of a plant cell. For 6 marks. You can do this, Laura.
I don't know anything about red blood cells. Oh, God. A red blood cell does not have a cell wall, while a plant cell does have a wall. Cell wall. Full stop. Both types of cells have certain organelles like nuclei, cell membranes, and ribosomes. Full stop. A plant cell contains chloroplasts and chlorophyll because a plant needs to photosynthesize, whereas red blood cells do not, because they are not found in creatures that need to photosynthesize.
Okay.
Red blood cells have flagellum. Let's say that. Because red blood cells need to move around a body. But plant cells do not have flagella because they stay still. Ron looks really cross about this. Maybe they don't have flagella. Is it certain organelles that have flagella,
What moves your
not
blood
the cells?
round your body?
What?
What moves your blood round your body?
Your heart.
Your blood.
Okay, scrap that bit about flagella, and that doesn't count as a help, actually.
No, that was so stupid. You get a free help. It's not a fucking water pipe that they're all just crawling around.
Well, they should evolve. Little feet would help, wouldn't it? Take the strain off your heart a little bit. Okay. Red blood cells They transport oxygen, don't they? Have storage for oxygen within them.
In what form?
I have no idea.
Are you about to now finish this sentence by saying, and plant cells don't?
No. I'm not, actually. I'm going to say, and some specialised plant cells also contain storage, not for oxygen, but for glucose and or starch as per the plant's requirements. Can you please stop laughing at me? You know I struggle with this, and it's just tearing apart my confidence.
It's funny though, it's funny.
Why? I'm trying really hard to make each one compare and to try and think of 6 fucking things. What are you looking at?
The mark scheme.
How many things have I said?
You said 4 things.
Oh, fuck. Have I really?
Yeah.
Oh well, that'll do.
Okay.
I don't know anything about red blood cells.
That's okay. Do you want me to read that back to you?
No.
Question 1.6. When placed into a beaker of water, a red blood cell bursts, a plant cell does not burst. Explain why the red blood cell bursts, but the plant cell does not burst. Never said burst quite that much before.
That's horrible.
Burst.
Burst.
Red burst.
The
What's going on in
plant
your
cell-
office? Why are you different? Have you...
I turned my desk around.
Show me. Oh, no, it's on your laptop, isn't it?
What do you mean show you?
I wanted to see how it's arranged now.
Oh, I just flipped the desk just so it's up against the side wall.
Oh, interesting.
Because when I first moved in here, I thought I won't want to sit and look at the wall. I want to look out across the room. But then I didn't like having to get behind the desk and it was all messy all the time. So I moved it.
Yeah, you've got a real dad vibe in the, like, specifically Agony Dad, Our Dad.
Why? Because I'm backlit right now.
No, because your office is a mess, is what I was saying.
Yeah. Stuff just gets dumped up here.
That's what he always says about his study.
Yeah, it's true. Poor Dad.
Anyway, why does the red blood cell burst, Laura, and why does the plant cell not?
Well, because the plant cell... Oh, God, I don't know. It's only 2 marks. Now, this is not me answering. This is me thinking out loud. It could be something to do with... So it's either that the plant has a cell wall, which is more rigid, and so the pressure on the outside of the plant cell does not crush it, making it burst. Burst, though, suggests it's exploding from the outside in. So maybe it's that...
Does it?
Hang on. Yeah, you know, like
From
that.
the outside in?
From the inside out. Yeah. So maybe... Ooh, okay, let's take a punt on this. Okay, so because the red blood cell does not have a cell wall... It absorbs water through its membrane via osmosis and so bursts because it gets too full. The plant cell does have a cell wall and so does not succumb to the same internal pressure from absorption.
Does not succumb to the same internal pressure. That's just me clarifying what you said. There's no judgment spin on that.
Via absorption.
Does not succumb to the same internal pressure because of via absorption. Want me to read that one back to you?
No, let's just not read anything back ever.
Okay. Laura, we're on to question 2, and we've got an hour and a half left. Let's go. Question 2. Right. A student investigated the effectiveness of 3 different antibiotics. Figure 3 shows how the student set up an agar plate.
I'm sick of all these being experiments.
What are we looking at here, Laura?
Okay, so it's figure 3 here. We've got a big circle, which is labelled as the petri dish. Then we've got bacteria growing on agar. Is that sugar? What's agar?
A jelly.
Okay. Is like the main stuff in the dish. And then we've got A, B, and C, 3 dots. And these are filter paper discs containing different antibiotics.
Great description, Laura. Well done.
Can I have a mark for that?
No, you can have some money every month from Patreon. The student used antiseptic techniques to make...
No, that says aseptic techniques.
Aseptic techniques to make sure that only one type of bacterium was growing on the agar. Describe 2 aseptic techniques the student should have used.
I don't even know what an aseptic technique is.
Yes, I guess.
This is horrible, Ron. This is like walking into a party and everybody keeps talking to you and knowing who you are, and you're just like, who the fuck are you guys?
Isn't that every day for you?
Yeah, because I can't remember anyone or anything, and I hate talking to people. Describe 2 aseptic techniques the student should have used.
I don't think either of us have ever said the word aseptic on this podcast before.
I have. I've said a septic tank, but that's about it.
Isn't it? It's funny that aseptic just means clean. And then so septic tank just means that's a real dirty tank. Which it is, but it's funny that we call it that.
Ron, let's just skip this one and come back if we have time, because I don't even know what I don't have a clue where to start.
Really? You don't want to have a stab at guess at it?
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be guessing at.
Okay, we'll move on.
I don't know what an aseptic technique would be.
The student placed the agar plate in an incubator at 25 degrees Celsius for 48 hours. Here's figure 4. Here's Laura with figure 4.
Okay, so same as figure 3, except now the circles have white radiuses around them of varying depths.
It looks like a really bad tit.
Ugh. Oh, Ron. Ugh.
Laura, which antibiotic is the least effective? Give the reason for your answer.
Antibiotic C is the least effective because, according to figure 4, it has the most bacteria growing around it. Is that right? No!
No, man.
Opposite, Ron. B is the least effective antibiotic because the white bit is not bacteria growing. It's an area where no bacteria were growing. And B only has a thin rim. So it is B because it has the smallest area of no bacterial growth showing.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, all right.
Well, Ron.
Calculate the area where no bacteria were growing for antibiotic C. Use pi equals 3.14. Right, we can't do this one, but describe your method. Actually, I'll just tell you what you would have measured. What would you do? And I'll give you the measurements that you'd need.
What are you talking about?
Calculate the area where no bacteria were growing for antibiotic C.
I can't.
What would you do?
Oh God, how do you work out pi r squared is the area? Yeah. Okay, so I would work out the radius of the overall big circle, including the bacteria.
How would you do that?
measure it.
Okay, you measure it. What would you measure it in? What unit?
Millimeters.
It's at 11 millimeters.
Okay. Then I would do pi times r
Well, now
squared.
you can actually do it now that I've given you that. So.
Oh,
1 hour 25.
Okay. So I don't like this time element. 11 millimeters, did you say?
Yes.
Pi squared. No, pi r squared. So r squared times pi is 379.94. And then I would do the same for just the circle of C. Do you know the radius of C?
No.
Well, I would do the same and then minus that off the one I just worked out, you know? What? I can't hear you, Ron. What are you saying? I'm getting angry! What are you saying?
If that one's not in the mark scheme, maybe you don't need that one.
Oh, because there probably wouldn't have been stuff growing on C either, would there? So that'll do. 379.94. Is that right, Ron?
And what unit? You have to give a unit as well?
Millimeters squared.
Alright, fucking hell.
No, because I'm cross and sad and hungry.
Wow, you didn't eat?
I should have had maxi cheddars.
Yeah, you should have had... Did you see those big crumpets I sent you earlier?
Yeah, don't buy them. They're not very
Are
good.
they not?
They're too hard to get in the toaster.
I'm still being a porridge boy at the moment, so wouldn't anyway.
You're a very porridge type
Can you buy
of
some
person.
oats for me for when I come to your house?
Already got 'em, mate, because Child of the Podcast is a porridge girl.
Great, we'll have porridge together. Hopefully you've got raisins and bananas.
I don't have any raisins. We don't keep them in the house because of dog
Do you
poisoning.
have cran?
Hmm.
I'll find something
but I could
delicious
get
to put in
some.
there. It's fine. Anyway, so
Yogurt?
I made baba ganoush for lunch, and that has
I
yogurt.
thought you didn't like your bag of ganoush.
My baba ganoush.
No, it was your raita you didn't like.
The raita was only okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That vindaloo that I made was fucking insane, though. Wow. Next cook along, we should do that. It takes 2 hours. Anyway, 2.4 suggests one way the student could improve their investigation.
Burn it down. Start again.
Laura.
I don't know, Ron, because I don't really have any sense of what they've done. Seems like it worked, doesn't it?
I
don't know.
Write no notes.
Perfect. I would say
Practically perfect in every way.
use a separate petri dish of agar for each antibiotic to avoid the antibiotics interfering with one another.
Use
Maybe that would make it worse because then you'd have a different agar with each one, so it's a slightly different variable. Oh, I don't fucking know or care.
Wow, you are going to be fun by the time we get to physics. Ready for question 3, Laura?
No, I feel so upset.
That's okay. That's the rub of the podcast. Body mass index is a way of finding out if a person's body mass falls within a healthy range for their height.
No, it isn't.
Table 1 shows information about 2 people. Then we've got the height and weight of 2 people. We have the BMI for one of them, person A, but we don't have it for person B yet. I suspect we'll be finding that out later. Then we have the body mass categories for adults in a lovely graph that Laura's going to probably have to read in a bit. Laura, which is the BMI category of person A in table 1 with a BMI of 23.1?
Ugh, I just want to say that I'm furious that this comes up in teaching of children, because there are so many issues with the body mass index and it should not be used.
No, yeah, it sucks.
1.65. So what I've got to do here is look at this person was 1.65 in height. So I'm looking up the scale there on the y-axis, and then across their BMI is 23.1. So they are underweight. No, wait, I'm supposed to be looking at the kilograms. 63. They are normal. Woohoo. Congratulations, you're normal.
I feel like AQA really pussied out there. Fucking call someone fat, you cowards.
Should be sexy and gross. That's what they should be. If you're going to do BMI and be absolutely so unscientific, go full frontal.
God, yeah, really froth while you're writing the question. just have figure 1. It's just a page 3 model.
This is what all women should look like. Why don't you?
Question?
Have you ever thought about being better medically?
You're normal. Normal's pretty fucking egregious anyway.
Ugh, I'm angry.
Calculate the value X, that's the BMI for person B. Laura, please. Use the equation BMI equals body mass over height squared. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. Do all of this for 3 marks.
Okay, so I've got to... Where's my calculator? 1.71 squared is 2.92 multiplied by 92 equals 269.017.
So 92...
Wait, that doesn't feel right. Hang on. No, divided. Wait. 1.71 squared equals... No, that's a different answer. 1.71 squared. 2.924. 2.924. Okay. And then what do I have to do? Divide the body mass by that. Okay. So that's 92 divided by 2.924 equals 31.464.
Is that what you want me to write down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you write down all my workings out too, yeah?
No, but I'll assume if you got to the right answer that you did all the workings out, right?
Okay.
If you got to the right answer.
Scientists think there is a link between BMI and life expectancy. No shit, mate. If you're not in the small bracket of normal, you probably don't feel that great about yourself for the entirety of having to deal with medical professionals going, oh, you're not normal. Ooh, my chart says you're not normal.
Table 2 shows information about predicted life expectancy of men over 50.
For too fucking long. Tell that to the housing market.
Yeah, tell that to Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. But also, men, take care of yourselves, and we do love you because suicide is your biggest killer and you're great and loved and talked
Not for men over 50. That's why we're focusing on this group. Anyway, so we got a table here. One column for normal, overweight, obese, and clinically obese.
I love that you've taken over doing the table.
I'm just better at it. Then and then we've got 2 columns. One that is predicted number of years of living in good health after 50, and then one of living in bad health after 50. The closer to normal you are, the better it is, basically. 3.3, Laura, describe 2 patterns shown in Table 2 about the effects of BMI category.
Okay. Hey, you know those normal men? They get a sexy normal life after they're 50. No. Okay, so the predicted number of good health years over the age of 50 decreases what language are you even supposed to talk about with this? Like, as the BMI category increases, goes up? Like, I don't even know what language you're supposed to use there.
Yeah. So clinically obese would be considered a higher BMI category.
Okay, so the predicted number of years in good health decreases for people in a higher BMI category. The predicted number of years living in bad health increases in... Ron, are you just farting? I'm leaving that in. That's not professional.
Edit it out!
No! Christ. I'm trying to become a scientist here. You're just scooting away.
Sorry, I'll mute next time if you hear like a really clunky.
Have I answered that? Is that an answer?
That's an answer, yeah.
Is it a whole answer?
You've given
Did
me
I finish
two,
two
yeah.
sentences? All right, cool.
Either that or I just finished off the second one while I was farting.
Christ.
Have you noticed that for lots of bodily noises, I don't edit out any of our disgust or sort of the impact they have, but I'll edit out the noise of a bit of a sheep buying. Because then I feel like we're getting the best of both worlds. We're getting our silliness, but we don't have to listen to those noises.
I actually have to listen to a person farting.
Yeah, pretty good system,
right.
I think. The number of people who are obese in the UK is increasing. Explain the financial impact of fucking hell.
About
13 years of Tory rule. Explain the financial impact of the UK economy of an increasing number of fatties. No, just of people who are obese.
This is so angering.
Increasing number
because
of work
you could
shy
say here,
freeloaders.
you could say here, okay, like the financial impact, it's good for business because the reason these people are categorized as BMI obese is that they have whacked on a ton of muscle content, therefore are using the gym and eating incredibly healthily. And so there is clear evidence that they are walking, exercising and engaging with businesses.
Do you want me to write that down?
Yeah, I'm going to fucking protest this question. Because I know what they want me to say is, oh, everybody's obese and it's a drain on the NHS. And they all need extra help with stuff. Well, not necessarily, because your way of marking what obesity is tells you nothing about the health of a person. It's good for supermarkets, which is good for the economy because people with a lot of muscle are stronger and therefore can carry more shopping away from retail centres, therefore boosting the UK economy.
Nice use of the words retail centres. Okay, right. Do you want me to read that one back to you?
Obese people
Laura,
get more and more swole by putting on muscle. They have to buy more and more clothes, and they have to give away their old clothes to charity shops. This is good for lower income families who rely on cheaper places to buy clothes, meaning that they need fewer benefits and
Can we,
freebies.
Laura, I have to type all of this out, and this is just a protest one. Can we move on?
Fine, I've made my point.
You have. I'm just going to stop mid-sentence there.
I'd better get 2 marks there.
No. But I think you knew that.
I can't see why those aren't legit answers. Their definition of obesity is just a person that is heavy for their height.
But it doesn't say what the financial impact could be. It says what the financial impact is.
But unless I've been taught that. then I have to do it based on my assumptions and what I know about people that are heavy for their height.
Look, I don't want to get into defending it, but no, you're not.
But you
no,
are. But here
but
you are.
You don't deserve marks for that.
I do.
You don't. Anyway, 3.5. A person who is obese is more at risk of arthritis. Arthritis is a condition that damages joints. Suggest how arthritis could affect a person's life.
Style. Arthritis can make movement painful, which affects business and leisure activities and
the UK economy. Business and leisure activities and performance, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't work as much and you can't
Yeah, I
have fun
got
as
you.
much.
3.6. A person who eats a diet high in saturated fat might become obese. Name 2 health conditions that might develop if a person eats a diet high in saturated fat. Do not refer to arthritis in your answer. How are you going to turn this one around?
They may get clogged arteries, which can lead to heart disease.
You just need to name 2 health conditions.
Oh, okay. Heart attacks. What else do you get from high saturated fats? Diabetes? Sure. No, that's sugar, isn't it? Bed sores. That's what they want to hear, isn't it? Bed sores. And an achy finger from repeatedly smashing that benefits button.
Do you want me to write down bed sores?
I don't really know, because most of it's heart, isn't it, with saturated fat? So maybe, am I missing? So heart attack. Are there other heart things?
What's happening to your child?
I don't know. She's probably supposed to be eating dinner and everything's a fight today. Stroke? Let's say stroke. I don't know.
Okay. 3.7, Laura. Oh, no, we're on to question 4. Look at that.
Whoa.
Question 4, 1 hour 7.
How many questions are there?
7. We've got 1 hour and 7 minutes left.
So there we go. I mean, if you're betting people, maybe you want to place bets now as to whether I'm going to improve my grade via higher tier.
Yeah.
Or do you think we'll just stick it out? Was it a mistake to do higher tier? Will we go down a grade?
Spoiler alert, we don't know what the numbers mean even after we
We
mark.
do, Ron. I'm getting really good at reading across the vibes. Yeah. Anyway, listen. Our next live show is on sale, everybody. We are coming back to the Leicester Festival, back to the Black Horse where we were last year. If you didn't make it last time, it's the best venue in the world. It was such
It's the
a
site of the
lovely
live
time.
Trico.
It was the site of the live Trico, but we won't be doing that again. So Sunday the 9th of February, put that in your diary now. Leicester's well Midlands. Everyone geographically has a good chance of making it. It's also at 4:00 because obviously it's a school day, isn't it? So we'll stick it at 4:00. You'll be done by 5. You can get home. You can get to bed. You can go to work. And we've kept it as cheap as we could. I think it's about £7 a ticket.
Jesus.
So hopefully that's as affordable as we can make it for all of you. Ron and I are going to go back to Twycross Zoo while we're in the area.
Yep.
We deliberately put the date for the show within a year of the last time we went so we could use our annual memberships to Twycross for a second time.
I want to see the gorillas again.
Yeah, I want to see how that orangutan's growing up.
I want to see that bold chimp and get vaguely spooked by it again.
Yeah, and Child of the Podcast is much more interested in animals now. And give her another 4 months, she'll be banging into them.
Yeah.
Listen, we've had a new patron, but oh no, Ron, but we haven't written anything.
I do have something to say though.
I know, but can we do them a proper one next week?
We'll do them a proper one as well. But thank you very much, Luke Evans. Are you the Luke Evans that I work with? If yes, we need to have a chat. Work's not been good recently.
His work or just work in general?
Both. No, that's maybe me being a bit blasé. Why are you not handing over the sales that you're doing, mate? You need to give them to my team. If that is you. Like, we've worked together for a long time. You should know better.
I'm assuming you don't think it is him, then.
I feel I've never told anyone at work that I do this.
Got fired because of this podcast.
Well, I've never actually told anyone at work that I do this. So.
Oh, well, I hope it is that Luke Evans. Isn't Luke Evans also an actor? It could be that Luke Evans.
If it's that Luke Evans, then cool. What went on? What happened backstage at The Hobbit? Why did that go that way? Let's chat.
What happened backstage? What do you mean?
Why was it? Well, when they were making The Hobbit, there was like 2 people involved, Peter Jackson and someone else. And then like the other guy like stepped out, and then it meant that they were like really behind schedule because stuff changed. And then that's why it doesn't have the sort of lived in feel of Lord of the Rings. Because like with Lord of the Rings, like all of the sets and the props and stuff were made like years in advance. And there was all that prep work, but like they were grommet on the train tracks. It's The Hobbit, and it's part of why it's not as good.
Interesting. Listen, I think we can all agree we need to let Ron get to bed, and it's quite late on the Sunday night, just before this episode goes out, so I need to go and edit it. And then I finally have a day off tomorrow, except for recording this podcast, which we've just put in. So, hey everybody, thank you for listening. Tune in next week for the second half of this exam. And sod it. Do you know what? You can have one. We hope you love us.
We do. I was thinking of saying that as well. I don't know why.
We're so in sync.
We should say that. That's what we usually say on the Patreon. But we do hope you love us.
Yeah. And pencils down. Ron, say pencils down.
Pencils down.